Hello!
Hi!
It's She-Hulk Thursday.
Ooh.
I have returned.
Welcome
Rested
back.
and relaxed. Thanks.
I'm sure everyone's very thrilled you're back.
Thank you.
I'm not.
I'm wearing a shirt from the Incredible Hulk coaster I rode last week, which is also on theme. Yes.
Was She-Hulk in the coaster?
She was, not that I saw, but maybe she is Easter egged there.
You forgot to stick around till after the credits.
That's true. The ride credits. They'll do that eventually. I'm Eric. This is Bailey. Joining us from across the pond is Kim. Hey there, Kim. How is it going for you? Look at wow! Special effects.
Dang! Bringing out the big guns for this episode.
Oh my gosh, this rivals She-Hulk.
That's right. Well, Zach, thank you, Zach, who just added that. He said he had a surprise for us. We did not know.
We had no idea how cool it would be. That was the surprise, right? Yeah.
That's right. Well, look at that. It's all connected like Marvel does. So let's jump into Is This Not Real Magic? Episode 4 of She-Hulk. Full spoilers follow for She-Hulk episode 4. If you haven't seen it, go watch it on Disney+. It's Disney Plus Day, our most holy of holidays.
It is.
So go celebrate and watch She-Hulk, and then watch us.
Happy holiday to all who observe.
Right. Let us jump in here with the fourth episode, which had I felt like a sweet summer child moment. It's a funny line when Jen said, "Oh, we have Wong. He's Twitter armor." I'm like, "There's no such thing, Jen."
Yeah. Oh no, not for this show.
but for shows in general. But yeah, not for one with a female superhero in it. That's
way.
for sure. But what did everyone think of episode 4 of She-Hulk, aka the rise of Madisynn, the greatest character in the MCU or fiction ever, possibly? Bailey.
I liked it. I know everyone's surprised when I like it at this point because I hated episode 1 so much, and I did. But episode 4 was another one that I thought was great. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. If I had one critique, it felt a little like a filler episode, but it was a fun filler episode, and Madisynn was really worth it to me. So it was fine. We established some good stuff. Jen's looking for a boyfriend. I wrote down all the things we established. Jen wants to find love. Nikki is perhaps not heterosexual. Wong is now Jen's client, and Titania is suing Jen for very important things. Yeah. So I thought it was great. I liked it.
Excellent. Kim, what did you think of episode 4?
Well, I mean, we also established Wong's favorite drink, which is gin and tonic.
Yes.
But
a classy choice.
Yes, and in celebration of Disney Plus Day, I am drinking actually a vodka and yak milk.
Wow!
Amazing.
Except I have no yak milk, so it's ordinary cow's milk. But
that's still some real commitment to the bit, girl.
That's better than the bottled water and Diet Coke that we have. So
this is actually also vodka and milk.
Damn it!
You gotta catch up.
Maybe this is pure vodka. I commend you on that.
That sounds disgusting.
I put a spoonful of sugar in it as well. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's almost like a vodka milkshake.
You're speaking my language.
I'm like getting farther and farther away.
Oh
from
no. I'm always like, make the drink sweet.
The milk. I can't get past the milk.
Church
I'm
gives
really
me crap
sorry.
about that a lot, but like, go for it. Were you as Team Madisynn as we were, Kim?
Oh my gosh, yes, it couldn't be. I mean, this is the best MCU comedy pairing, Madisynn and Wongers, since Trevor Slattery and Morris. I'm fully invested. I would like to see a spin-off already. Maybe they'll go, dimension hopping. That would work for me.
I mean, we're getting a lot of Wong, and I think that this right now, Disney Plus on their day. I hope they're taking notes from this. Shout out to Patty Guggenheim, who I didn't know before this. I looked her up. It's like she's from Groundlings, and she's a lot of improv comedy. She was on Curb. She's been on Reno 911 a couple times, and she just kind of came in and killed it. My only real criticism of the episode is that some of the Donnie Blaze stuff was funny to me. Some of it, But it's like Madisynn made up for that. It's like, some of his stuff was funny a little bit at the beginning, but I think a little Donnie Blaze went a long way. But the level Madisynn was operating at It just pulled us through.
Just made up. The thing is, I ship it, but I don't know if their celebrity couple name should be Wongisson or Madawong.
Right.
What are we thinking?
I'll have to workshop that one as well.
Wongisson, Madawong. I feel like Madawong is catchier, but sounds a little like Padawan, and I might confuse all the Disney Plus people here on Disney Plus Day.
That's right. Should like a Disney Plus. Yeah! Ryan's partying on Disney Plus. I forgot he started drinking at midnight. He's like, it's Disney Plus Day.
He rings it in like New Year's.
And also like, it's like, it is funny because Wong has suddenly become, in the past year, it's just like, there's Wong left and right. He is great. Benedict Wong is great as this character. And also it's like, I know, there are some people, angry people on the internet who don't like when anything that they want everything to be serious, grim. And so they're like, why are you making the superheroes funny on this show?
I hate when my comic books are funny.
And all whimsical.
They have to be grim. The Dark Knight showed us that there's only one way for superheroes to be for 20 years. We can't be anything other than grim dark. No way.
I love Wong in this. I love what they're doing, but there is a part of me that thinks the sillier that they make some of these MCU characters, it will ultimately one day just kind of dissolve into this avant-garde gibberish, and that's what the MCU will be.
I kind of love that, though. Can I be rooting for that? That sounds great.
I mean, I am curious about that. But I was going to say that I did like, in this episode, he still kind of got to be pretty cool at the end with his little whip lasso, grabbing those creatures and sending them through one by one. So it wasn't like he was like fumbling all over himself, like incompetent,
Yeah, he's the Sorcerer Supreme. He wouldn't be.
Yeah, he's just hanging out. I also love noticing things that are like copyright driven. So it's like, okay, they licensed the song from The Sopranos, but not from HBO actually getting footage. So they never showed the TV screen showing Sopranos. What they did show is This Is Us, because This Is Us is owned by Disney now. Ooh. So, keep it all in the family. But still, look Zaslav, they still mention Sopranos a lot on this episode. So there was still some cross-company promotion going on.
They mostly just spoiled The Sopranos.
They did, and I've never seen The Sopranos, but that's on me. I mean, I know that's on me.
Yeah, at this point, it's our fault if we haven't watched it.
Yeah, so I was Wong is me. Being a little disgruntled about the spoilers, while also, unlike Wong, understanding that it's the spoiler zone. At this point, yeah. That's gone.
We know now that this was the reason that he was late to the trial last week, because he was watching The Sopranos.
That's right.
Sure.
He came through from his living room. So.
I get it. We've all binge watched stuff before.
And it's like, I know I could pause it, but this is a good episode.
Yeah.
So I'm not pausing it. So yeah, all in on that. I also really loved, I think that there's like a playful thing they're doing with the audience. Like Madisynn has a absolutely bonkers story about basically meeting the devil. She talks about.
I met a goat. I gave him 6 drops of my blood.
Right? And of course, they know at this point it's going to make people go, Mephisto? But his name is Jake.
Jake the goat.
And Cornelius knows Jake.
Kim, that made me laugh so hard. It's such a throwaway moment. But Cornelius, the hype man, going, I know Jake. And they don't even show that you hear Donnie Blaze going, you do? Yeah. Like, this whole... I actually thought that was like one of the funniest things I've seen on a TV show.
Like, Cornelius, did you make a deal with him, or are you just old pals?
He knows Jake.
You just know each other. Went to college together.
And this episode, they do this every episode, which is they kind of add animation, like the images in the closing credits, which some of them are every episode, but sometimes they add them. Yeah. And this one they had Madisynn and Jake the Goat. So.
Loved it. I love it. The courtroom sketches, I think, are very good.
Yeah.
Whoever is the courtroom sketch artist has a wonderful imagination, but maybe isn't doing their job correctly. Right. So good for them. Good for them.
I just want the adventures, besides Wong and Madisynn, I want the adventures of Jake and Black Phillip. That can be another.
Oh, yes. What a crossover.
That's right.
Or is Jake Black Phillip?
Oh, that could be. I go by many names. Some call me Black Phillip.
I mean, it's been like, 300, 400 years since the events of the Vavitch? Like.
The Vavitch. Zeno Hour, by the way, saying the Madisynn Cinematic Universe is the real MCU. I think so as well. I think, yeah.
I just want to brag really fast that when she said the Y was not where you think, in my notes, I did guess correctly how to spell her name. So thank you. I know party girls.
I will. This is such a freaking stupid fanboy gripe. I do want to say the name Donnie Blaze was very distracting because it sounds like Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, and the other prominent Ghost Rider in the comics is named Danny, not Donnie. But it was like, that obviously they know it sounds similar.
Is it possible that it was like a fun play on it, like a pun that Donnie Blaze came up with?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're implying the existence of Johnny Blaze in the universe by the fact that Donnie Blaze named himself that, like a porn star name,
Well, they did. I mean, I think Wong does say he calls himself Donnie Blaze. So yeah.
And I hope it's that rather than a Ralph Boner type joke. To be honest.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no more Ralph Boners.
That was such a groaner. Oh my God, a boner groaner.
We should have a graphic. Another boner groaner, and Evan Peters pops up.
Get one per show.
That's right. I like, I mean, I guess I didn't consider this episode filler just because it's like, this show is doing an interesting thing because it is a case of the week show, more than I expected, but I'm totally fine with that. But the end of this episode certainly seemed to be swerving into like, okay, here's a little more. We already have, why did someone want her blood at the end of last episode? There's someone out there is trying to get She-Hulk's blood. And now we've got Titania returning to sue her. Do we think this is one and the same? Was she the blood seeker, or are there two different things going on?
Well,
here?
it feels like
Jake.
Is it Jake?
Jake, maybe. Yeah, it feels like spiritually, the Bloodseeker and Titania are searching for the same thing, which is to capture She-Hulk's essence and make it their own. So I feel like perhaps it is her because she's just trying to own She-Hulk however she can, perhaps, is maybe the thing. Or maybe that's just a theme thing that the show is doing, in which case, all right, maybe it's two different people with the same general goal.
Right. Right now, I think they're different people because Titania is going after her with the law.
Right.
So I think someone else. But then it's like you can't have it be someone out of nowhere that like, I'm the Bloodseeker. So maybe it is Jake. But otherwise, I don't know. What do you think? Kim? Are these two separate paths?
I think Jake now is going to merge Madisyn's blood with She-Hulk's blood and create a whole new Maddie Hulk.
The ultimate party girl.
Hulkistan. I don't know. No, I think they're the same person. Yeah, I think it would be too disparate to work. Otherwise, I think it's the same person. I'm interested to know when she turns up at the guy serving the papers at the end turns up and says, she's suing you because she's got the trademark on the name. If Jen loses, if that goes through and she loses, what's she going to be called? I was thinking Hulkette, like Smurfette. I just wanted to get that in there.
Or Bowsette.
There is a sort of slight like meta thing here is about the fact, well, the show has a lot of meta stuff, but the fact that in this episode there's like a funny line earlier when he's like, you can't copyright magic, you can't copyright art, and she's like, you can copyright art, and she's being sued over the name She-Hulk over the fact that She-Hulk is a corporate thing owned by Disney and Marvel.
Awfully meta.
Yes, and it's like we just got the off-brand Winnie the Pooh horror movie is coming because that character is now public domain. So who knows? Will She-Hulk be public domain one day? Can anyone do what they want with her? We'll see.
We'll find out.
I just thought of, by the way, another funny little Madisynn moment. This was a good episode as far as like throwaway funny moments, which is when they call her to court. I don't know about the legality of just like summoning her into court and just throwing her there, but I do love that when she comes through the portal, all the people on the other side, whatever club she's at, are like, Madisynn. like she's got this like fan base.
She's cool as hell.
Already assembled. Yeah.
I love her. I love Madisynn. More Madisynn. I would have just watched an episode about her adventure escaping the hell dimension she got sent to.
Also, she mentions goblins, doesn't she? So I'm thinking, was she hanging out with the Goblin Nation in her travels? I mean,
certainly she doesn't. She say that that she asks Wong if he's the Goblin King.
Yeah, yes. Are you the Goblin King? That's my Madisynn impression. Do you guys like it?
I'm more pro Goblin too, Kim. So yeah, down for a Goblin army. But let's talk about the personal plot line this episode for Jen, which was her going doing some dating. Some app dating. First with, I thought it was very funny, the corporate photo she uses for her first one. But then her She-Hulk dating. What did you guys think of the Matcher storyline here?
I just wanted it. I wanted it to be more a little. This was sort of where I was like, oh, this is kind of a filler episode because that guy, the perfect guy, had so many red flags. Like he was too perfect. Like I wrote down all the red flags as they happened. Pediatric oncologist, doesn't want to talk about himself, suggests splitting fries, asks how she felt. I was like, this guy's got to be evil, right? Like there's no way. And then it turned out he was just like a hero chaser and left. And I was like, oh, all right. Okay. It was nothing then. Okay. Cool. I mean, I knew he wasn't going to work out, but I was just sort of hoping it would like affect the plot in the long run rather than just an episode where She-Hulk discovers there are hero chasers.
I mean, yeah, I do think it's like that whole thing about like how, people are looking at her very differently in the two forms. Because I felt really bad for her when he's just like, oh, this is you? I like the tall green version.
Who has ever been disappointed by seeing Tatiana Maslany? Please.
I know. It is one of those episodes of, because there's also the guy who walks away on the phone going, oh, she's a 6. And I'm like, Tatiana Maslany is a catch, sir.
Like, Hollywood, we can see her with our eyes. Like, stop it.
Kim, what'd you think of the Chronicles of Matcher She-Hulk here?
Well, on that guy, I can see it from his perspective in a way because she kind of catfished him because he went on a date with She-Hulk.
She-Hulk fished him.
And woke up with someone else. So I don't blame him a little bit for going, oh, this isn't what you were when I met you. So
she took her makeup off, Kim. What is this? You should always take a woman swimming on her first date.
Kim is Team Arthur.
But I felt really ambivalent about this whole thing because part of me was like, oh God, you're making her date. We haven't had any of these sequences with any of the guys in the MCU. Why is it got to be that this woman has to have a man or seems desperate for a man to make her complete? She said in the episode that she was happy not to date, so why not leave it at that? But I also get why they're doing it from a feminist perspective. It's to show what the dating landscape is like for women and how we're seen, how women are seen and judged on appearances and sexualized and fetishized and objectified. So kind of points for that, but also could have probably done without it.
I did like she was allowed to have a casual hookup. No judgment. Yeah. And also just because, of course, Marvel, I think it's been a little over the top when people are like, the MCU is sexless. Because I'm like, well, how much sex do you think there's going to be in these comic book adaptations? But also because it's like, I don't think it's quite as true as people say. But yeah, she hooked up with the guy.
Yeah, I think with all the male heroes, it does kind of seem like they just sort of fall in love with / perhaps get married to the first girl they clap eyes on.
Yeah.
And with She-Hulk, it is. I get it because it's more of a comedy. Dating it has to be hilarious or otherwise it's devastating. So it makes sense for me that this is where we're first exploring that. But I guess, I don't know. I think it would have made more sense for me if perhaps Nikki had signed her up for a Matcher profile instead of her signing herself up for one, because I don't need a women can they have it all type deal. We're already doing that. To throw in a love life complication seems like a lot to juggle in 5 more episodes, but sure. Just let me just watch her hook up with a new guy every episode without it going anywhere, and that'll feel like a true representation of dating in your 30s.
Well, it could be like Seinfeld, where it's just like one gorgeous person after another comes through their life.
Yeah, he just always found something to complain about with every supermodel he dated on that show, huh?
I know, right? Don't get me started on the Wonder Years, where it's like Kevin Arnold's just a normal kid who like had like a different pretty girlfriend every week. I was like, that was not my experience in 8th grade, sir. What can you do? I'm missing. I had someone's comment here, but then I lost it. I know someone was saying how it might be too late to introduce like another villain, but I will say there are 5 episodes left. Like this show is a little longer than the other ones.
Yes, we've just started its 2nd trimester, I believe.
Exactly.
I described it before this started.
So I think that there's still time. I mean, the next couple episodes it would have to happen. But let's see.
That'd be a real 11th hour villain, though. I don't know. I mean, like they did juggle 2 villains kind of in Miss Marvel too. They had the supernatural villain and the legal villain, so it stands to reason that they could do that here as well.
Right.
But they had introduced the supernatural villain, I think, quite a bit earlier in Miss Marvel than
and
done
that
here.
was I love Miss Marvel, but the 2 villains didn't quite work great there.
Yeah, it didn't feel like there was enough time given.
Exactly.
So
yeah, although
but we did get that fun skeleton effect.
We did get the skeleton effect.
I want all the CG to look like that. I just want them to lean into it looking bad, because at this point they're like pretending it doesn't look bad. No. Go all out. Make it all be as bad as that skeleton CGI was, and then I'll be happy.
I'm going to get back to some more She-Hulk story specific. No. I was about to say that I'm going to ask a question that really isn't about She-Hulk, but we'll get back to just because I do think this is amusing, which is Jess Marie G saying, now that Jen got served and Olivia Wilde got served, how would you serve someone when they least expect it? What is your surprise? He tried to do the like, I got a delivery for you move.
Yeah, it didn't really work so much though with her. So that guy needed to work on his
she's a lawyer,
strategy a bit better, I think.
I suggest at a wedding when they've had one too many vodka and yak milk.
I was thinking like hide it in the bouquet. Like she's gonna go for it for sure.
During the toast, play the long game. Insinuate themselves in the friend group, become the best friend, have to do the toast at the wedding, say so-and-so's name, and then they go, yes, and you go, you've been served, and then you leave with the cake. Done. That's my ideal way to do it.
Let's see, do I have any other ones? I don't know. I go to the movies all the time, so could you get like a concession guy working the concession stand? You know,
yeah, check your ID.
This guy goes to the AMC Burbank a lot, so just be ready for him. You know?
I love the you've been served character in whatever show that happens, and it's like an undercover police officer, but fun.
Yeah, but they always make it kind of fun in movies. Yeah.
Yeah, it always seems like kind of a blast. You know, like what a fun show that is. What a fun job that must be.
Kim, I think you'll like this comment as I did, although I have a twist on it, which is Langley M. Neely says, regarding our Black Phillip Jake team up, says, add Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder to that team. Well, I'd think they'd fight, but I think versus, what do you think, Kim? Team up or enemies?
Fight, but the screaming will definitely make them flee. It'll make the others flee. Jeez, they could not power that.
I don't know. Maybe it's the 4 goatsmen of the apocalypse. Maybe we've misunderstood the Bible, whatever the hell, the whole time. And it's like how people say, like, that the apple in the Garden of Eden was an apple when it was really just a fruit. Maybe they were just like, it's an animal with hooves and not a horse. Have we considered that? Do we have a Bible scholar that works at Fandom? Let's get him out here. Come on.
Well, we should call on the Bible scholar.
I'm really confused by this obsession with goats at the moment. You know, Harry Styles throwing that goat in Chris Pine's lap as well.
That's right. I did see that.
I love that video.
Goat mania. It's just sweeping.
Well, good. Goats are great.
Jess Marie G, by the way, says that I was getting kind of bored with the show, but Madisynn was a delight. I love that. I mean, I've been into the show, but I do like Madisynn, like getting people into it. I saw someone tweeted me this morning that Madisynn should be the one to defeat Kang now.
Yeah. She's the only one powerful enough, I would say. She would get him with one mean, are you sure you're going to be wearing that? He'd be done.
Maybe she's got him already. Maybe that was his heart she was holding.
Yeah, whose heart was that?
Oh, that's true, right?
She's like, What are you watching?
That's an unfortunate person there. Oh, man, it was a fellow Eric who said that they think it's too late to introduce a new character unless it happens next episode. I give it 2 more episodes.
Letting down the Erics all over the world.
I know.
Especially on this panel.
See, Langley M. Neely thinks that there is no practicing doctor that buff. They don't have time to work out like that, especially I'm not going to say this right. Oncologist. No,
oh, wow, you nailed it. That's exactly how it's pronounced. Oncologist.
Thank you.
A pediatric oncologist.
Thank you. With the kids and the stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they do. You're right, Eric. You got it. So you're going to your internship at Seattle Grace after this, right when we go off the air, I assume?
That's right. Absolutely. I mean, this is the MCU, so maybe, he was like, I don't know, slightly, maybe he's a mutant, but slightly,
I think we're never going to see him again, just like her.
Probably never going to see him again.
He's out there.
He's out there somewhere. I will mention, none of my fellow wrestling fans are here with me today, but David Otunga, former WWE guy, was one of her one of the She-Hulk dates. I was happy. I'm just saying. Let's see. Jess Marie G asks, is Matt Murdock representing Titania? Now that would be.
Whoa.
Yes.
I don't want to be mean about it, but I feel like Matt Murdock would absolutely crush She-Hulk in the court. My takeaway from this episode was that she's not a very good trial lawyer. Like, she seems like she gets her paperwork done really well, and that's like 2/3 of the job, but she gets in there and she doesn't know what to say. It was kind of a slam dunk case, honestly, if she had just put it like Wong did, but a little bit more legally. But she sort of like let the other team walk all over them and endangered society as a result. She's got to shore up her lawyering skills.
Yeah.
She also, I mean, I don't know if you saw her to-do list, but I mean, there was crazy stuff on there that she took the time to include, like color code post-it notes. I think there was on there. She put edit to-do list 2 hours. That is not time well spent for a lawyer.
No, her time management really needs some work. Her to-do list does look a lot like mine, but it does seem like it's including a lot of extraneous activities, so I can't relate.
She's had a lot of big life changes recently.
So true.
With career and physicality.
So true.
So, we'll give her some time there. Hey, Wong mentioned that there was some leftover booze from a wedding. Whose wedding do we think that was? Did Doctor Strange and Clea just like, we're getting married?
Maybe.
What's it Rintra? Is that the guy's name? The green horned guy? It was him.
I was trying to think of like any character's name and I was just fully drawing a blank. Happy Friday.
I don't know. I'm going to say it's Doctor Strange. It's not even Friday yet, Bailey.
It almost is for Kim. Rounding.
Yeah. Cheers.
Let's take this last question, then we got a bunch of stuff to promote.
Mm-hmm.
Fellow Eric asks, do you guys think Matt Murdock will play a big role in the show, or it will just be a smaller cameo? He asks, is it not even confirmed he's in the show? It's definitely confirmed he's in the show. They've mentioned that Charlie Cox is in the show. Guys, Kim, what do you think? How big will Matt Murdock's role be when he shows up?
My instinct is that he'll be in an episode, and he'll have a substantial role in that episode, but I can't see it being more than that.
Yeah, I think
maybe defending Titania. Maybe you're right, Bailey. I think
that would be good. Yeah, no, whoever said that in the chat is a genius. I very much agree. I think that is the best way for him to be incorporated in this. But I think I agree with you, Kim, that it's going to be an episode, maybe the stinger of the episode before it, and then the episode. But I do think it would be funny if they waited until the stinger on the season finale for him to show up, and then they're like, well, he's in the show. Like, I think that would be great. They just keep teasing Daredevil showing up, and he never quite does.
I completely disagree with both of you. No, I actually completely agree with both of you. I think there will be the Daredevil episode. I think that, they've even sort of talked about that there's, there's a lot of fun interplay between Jen and Matt. They made a new costume for him, so I don't think for it. So I think he'll get one big. I mean, look, Wong got 2 episodes, so you never know.
2 so far.
Yeah. But I'm guessing there is the Daredevil episode, maybe maybe 2 episodes, but more likely it's like I do agree. I think Kim, I can't remember which of you said how maybe 1 episode ends with him showing up like to leave.
That was Bailey.
I think that they might do that. It's like set it up for the next one. Then he gets a big episode.
Get people hype.
You mentioned his new costume, and it just occurred to me. I wonder if Miss Marvel's mum made it. That would be cool.
That would be nice, right?
So
Side gig, yeah.
Yeah, New Jersey isn't that far from Hell's Kitchen.
No, yeah, I like that a lot.
Although the reason he's not there yet is because he has to figure out how to take a plane from New York to Los Angeles, and it's a whole thing for him because there isn't an airport in Hell's Kitchen.
That's true.
So he has a lot to figure out.
They'll do a miniseries, not Daredevil Born Again, but the separate miniseries that will be about his journey to the airport.
The terminal,
yeah.
Daredevil style.
Daredevil terminal. All right, that wraps up for our Daredevil conversation for this week. But guys, I said Daredevil, She-Hulk, Daredevil.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
It's all Daredevil.
We have
isn't
a
it?
lot
Daredevil's
of
all the way down.
stuff coming up. Maybe you might have noticed some people that we did not have an honest trailer commentary this week for Nope. It wasn't for lack of trying. There's just schedules. There was stuff. Don't worry. We will have one for Nope. It will be next Tuesday, in addition to the new one for that day's new honest trailer. So you're going to get 2 commentaries on one day.
Should be fun.
Next
Look
Tuesday.
forward to it.
Look forward to it.
I wrote on one of them, and I won't say which. It's the one that we're not announcing what it is yet.
It's a secret one. You will also be involved, Bailey, tomorrow. We're going to be doing another Rings of Power watch-along.
We sure will, Eric, at 11 a.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/fandom. We're going to be watching along with episode 3 of Rings of Power. Should be really good. I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings, but my co-host, Emma Fife, absolutely knows about Lord of the Rings, and it's a great dichotomy, I'd say. It's just the yin and yang of someone who knows something and someone who knows nothing, all eating Doritos, all watching the same show. It's beautiful, actually.
We love that here. Yeah. You have some other Twitch stuff going on today?
Yeah, we are going to be kicking off our Twitch Games Club. We are going to be playing Call of the Sea along with our audience. Should be really fun. We're playing a couple chapters a week together. Anyone who wants to join in can feel free to. We are going to be giving away codes for the game as well. So join us at twitch.tv/fandom today at 3 p.m. You could win some free codes for a really cool point-and-click Cthulhu mystery adventure. Should be great. I think that's it for Twitch plugs, but I would like to plug that everyone should listen to Zoom by Jesse, which was the needle drop during the episode.
That's right.
I was delighted to hear a K-pop song that wasn't Blackpink or BTS. No disrespect meant to either of those great bands. It's just such a pleasant surprise to hear a song that I know. I'm
glad you remembered to mention that. She was very excited,
never
guys.
forgot the whole time.
Yeah. Sorry I didn't queue up for that one.
It was all I was thinking about.
What else do we got? This weekend is but it's not just Disney Plus Day today, the most magical day of the year, but then it's D23 Expo, the Disney convention this weekend. I'll be going to that, but everyone's going to be hearing the news out of that, and there's going to be Star Wars-y news and Marvel-y news and Avatar-y news. And on Monday, we're going to be here to do a video discussing that news and the things that we saw and were we excited by them. So look for that.
Yeah, it's the day they're going to announce that Splash Mountain is surprise closed forever now. So
No.
I guarantee you they're going to be like, by the way, Splash Mountain's closed.
You don't get to say goodbye. No, nope. I think they know. They want to profit off that. We'll see. And then House of the Dragon is a show that's been airing, and we haven't forgotten about it. We had some discussion. we weren't able to do some stuff
Wait,
for it.
what's that one about?
We did forget about it.
Okay, maybe we forgot about it in the immediate lead up, and then we remembered. So, back in the day, we did Watching Thrones, our show for Game of Thrones. We are coming back with a special Watching Thrones on September 19th, not this Monday, because that's when we're doing D23 Expo wrap-up. Week after, we're going to do a House of the Dragon check-in, mid-season check-in, but that probably won't be the only time we do Watching Thrones, talk about House of the Dragon. So look for that. And Andor is coming. We're gonna have Marvel and Star Wars live action shows for a few weeks overlapping. So we're gonna be discussing that starting Wednesday, September 21st. Myself, Emma, and Lon will be doing that.
Gonna be busy in the studio.
All the stuff I just mentioned will get posted on the community tab by the end of the week. So look for that. Kim, how is your drink? And will you be having another one?
The drink is surprisingly good, but I think I'll leave it at 1.
All right.
No one really needs to drink that much milk.
All right. Understandable. Well, Kim, thank you for joining us. Bailey, thank you for joining us. And that is it for this week. We will be back with all those things I listed and more here at Fandom. Farewell.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh!